Hello guys, welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about Danmachi, the merchant system. So yeah, before we start, it seems that all of you decided, god dang it, all of you decided to go for Bloodborne. Honestly, it makes sense considering that the Gundam UC, universe is basically just like technology far more advanced than than the fantasy world based Danmachi, or fantasy based Danmachi world. Wait for a second. And so, before we actually start, it seems that all of you decide to go for Bloodborne, and yeah, makes sense. Anyway, and also, unfortunately, I have to go back tomorrow, back to college. Yeah, uh, maybe on holidays or maybe on my birthday I might come back again to make videos, but it depends. Anyway, guys, let us begin this episode, shall we? As we fast forward a few weeks, not few weeks, but more like a few, not months. Actually, maybe 3 years later, as he would be. Actually, let me double check. As it would be about yeah, as it would be about yeah, 13 in human years. Let's just say that. As you would be in a city. Well, not really a city, but more like a village, as it's currently still far away from Orario. Currently, we now see him grabbing some items thanks to the help of the system, as he's planning to sell them. As for a decision on what world he's getting these items from, it's Bloodborne, as he would say this to himself. Well, certainly it's quite interesting to decide to go on to Bloodborne, but this will have to work, he would say as he put on his new clothes, as he's currently wearing something of this kind. Yeah, as after putting it on, he would say, not bad. Oh well. As he would look towards some of the people nearby, mostly just some simple farmers, as he would sell them a few seeds and other such items to help with crop growth. I mean, in Bloodborne we don't, or at least in the game, there's no fertilizer or anything like that, but let's just say he does get some fertilizer thanks to help of the system, which the reason why is because not everything in Bloodborne is about eldritch monstrosities and weapons. Well, most of the time. In that world, they still have, agriculture and stuff, so it makes sense that he would decide to use that to his advantage. So he just sells some seeds, some tools, also such as scythes. Not those types of scythes, I meant like sickles. Farming scythes. As these specific scythes are actually pretty good. Probably on the level of maybe like a mid-tier adventurer's weapon, though being reduced to a simple farming tool. As you'd say, not bad. As after a few hours of basically staying in the village for a while, he would decide to rest up, as he would grab onto his coat and would start taking it off, as he would take off the bow that's basically keeping his hair locked up, and would untangle it, allowing it to flow freely. As after taking off his much more heavier and much more clothing, and much more of his clothing, he would grab onto, I guess, get the hammock inside of his carriage, and would as he also takes off his glasses and hat, as would say, that was a long day. At least I got on a lot of ballast from that. As after saying it, he would look towards the piles of ballast that he got from the villagers, as he would go onto the hammock and would start looking up at the ceiling. as you would activate the system. As you'd say, what are stuff that you can sell? That's when he sees certain weapons. As he would say this to himself, though they're villagers, it wouldn't be a strange idea if I sell those weapons from Bloodborne. But at the same time, it'd probably be a backlash towards them. Especially with some of them being quite gruesome. You would say, remembering a few weapons, such as you would remember a few weapons from that game. I mean, who wouldn't? Such as the saw spear, which was kind of his favorite weapon, even though most people would just write it off. Another one being this saw cleaver, which, I mean, it's the flagship weapon of the game, but to him, it looks so, well, basic. But one of his favorites would surprisingly would none other than be Ludwig's Holy Blade. And it's also my favorite weapon. Well, I never really played Bloodborne because, poor, but honestly, it's one of my favorite looking weapons. The idea of using the sheath as a blade is actually also awesome. Though at the same time, I can only imagine the fucking weight. I mean, considering my weight. Anyway, continuing on. As you'd remember, another set of weapons. The firearms, which are mostly used to stun enemies, but considering that he's in a world that's fantasy, he can only imagine that they would actually rip hole through them. Well, or at least he thinks, considering that they have magic, especially familia members or members of familias. I can only imagine that they would probably just be somewhat annoyed by these weapons. I mean, they're pretty useful against low-level enemies, such as goblins in the lower floors of the dungeon, but thinking about it now, he's not exactly sure. But his current idea would not be a best idea. He originally thought of maybe selling the weapons as new hunting tools and such, but he can only imagine that if the he can only imagine that the certain people, in this case the group of evilists, well, he can only imagine they would use it for, well, awful things. As you decide to just keep that one down low. For now, he would decide to look at a certain weapon of his favorite. The Ludwig's Holy Blade, or Holy Sword. God dang it. As he would look towards it, as you would see, it would be about, in this case, 3,000 Valas. As you would say, God damn it, I don't have enough. As after saying that, he would look at the few Valas that he has. I mean, it's a lot, but not a lot. As he would look once again at another weapon, his most used weapon back in his world. In this case, let me just double check. As he looks towards the Hunter's Axe, his frequently used weapon back in the day. And even in this recent playthrough, as you would say, guess I'll take this one just in case of unsavory customers. As after grabbing the Valis, he would throw it towards the screen. As the Valis would slowly start getting absorbed into the screen. Doing so, a handle would start to come out, almost similar to that of Gilgamesh's, every time when Gilgamesh's weapons come out of its portals from the Gate of Babylon. As he would grab onto the hilt, as he swings the axe, as doing so would slice a bit of the area. As in slice, I mean destroy a poor table. As you'd say, ah shit, you would say, God damn it, I got that new! Whatever, I'll just get one fixed. I'll just get a new one anyway. As he would look toward the trick axe, as he would say, pretty light. As after doing so, he would say, so, how do I transform it? Saying it, he would activate a little button on the side as it would start to shift. As the blade, not really the blade, but more like the shaft, would start to grow. As it would have a, I guess you could say like the telescopic half. As after it reaches its limit, it would go to its full height. That's what she said. As doing so, he would say, not bad. Even in real life, it feels light. And even feels that I can rip through anything. As doing so, he would go into a stance as he does a simple attack. As he makes sure not to destroy any more furniture inside of his little cart. After a few swings, he would say, not bad. As he would lay down the massive axe and reverting it back into its normal form. After doing so, he would look towards his now destroyed table and would say, yeah, I really need to get that fixed. After saying that, he would start going back to his hammock and would get ready for the next day. We fast forward a few more years, as we currently see our boy Arthur finally arriving at a different city. More specifically, a pretty big city. And if you're wondering if this city is none other than Orario, unfortunately it's not. It is none other than the city of Rikia, as he's currently now about as it's about about several years later, as he's currently about 17 years old in elf years, as he's now somewhat well known around the world as someone with interesting trinkets, as he's currently in the middle of a battlefield. As of current, as he hears another explosion, as he would say, God damn it, not again. As he would see none other than a fight between the Ares Familia and the current Athena Familia, as they're currently fighting in none other than the borders of Rekia. As you'd see several of them being beamed down by the much more tactically minded Athena Familia members, which consist of mostly women but a few men. As you'd say, God damn it. You know how hard it is to deal with business when there's a literal battlefield at the moment, he would say. As saying that, he would just be annoyed, as he's busy buying some stuff. Mostly just simple weapons and a few poison daggers. Just as simple weapons for those that want it. As he would see none other than a certain someone coming towards his stall. As he would be met with a beautiful woman, as she would say, so, you're the mysterious merchant. As he would say, so might not you be, little lady, he would say, a bit calm, as he already knows who's this girl, or should I say goddess. As she would say, I am Astraya, goddess of justice, and the current head of the Astraya Familia. May I ask you, can I purchase a weapon? And we will end off this episode right off here, guys. So yeah, bye-bye!